This is going to be the last replay analysis. It's a replay of Camelot or CC Jensen against the Protoss player Joker. And I'm a newbie Protoss user, a Brood War user. And Camelot is Zerg. Camelot is a Diamond 2 Terran, 4.1 kmmR, and he said, I actually caught up economy-wise. Usually I find that against Protoss that I end up being behind the whole game. Yeah, that's a thing a lot of players have, because Protoss players can just constantly produce workers and it will be very hard to keep up with them. You are going for a hatch first on this map. It's a bit... Oh, do you even get the probe? Are you? BM? Oh, a BM. And then the pool gas. I mean, if you... I don't know, going for the fast hatch is a bit risky. You also said that I struggle to get cost-efficient engagements. Usually, when they talk about cost-efficient engagements, the problem is that they don't have enough drones at home, so they just cannot rebuild their army. And the Protoss is just economically ahead. They're getting cannon rushed. My gift. The smiley face into the sad face soon. Then we try to expand over here. I mean, guesses. You built the roach one, that's the correct response to the cannon rush. I usually just get the roach one and the link speed. He walls off here. Like, if you kill these destructible, the cooling towers, they will actually fall on the forge, and this forge will die, along with the pylon. That's a really bad spot to put them, but it's okay. Yeah, you built the roaches. I guess you're going to make them into ravagers and clean them up. You have the overlord here to spot for the cannon rush. That makes sense as well. You are not really droning much. I don't really have... Well, you have larva here, but you're not using it. Just drone, dude. Drone, you're going to need the drones anyways. If you invest into a cannon rush, he's not going to kill you. But you need to spend your larva, because else you could just kind of stockpile and you cannot use it in your units. How does that? Wizardry. I cannot even shoot back. But you're not droning, dude. Like, do you see the production tab is empty? And then it was like empty for 10 to 15 seconds. And then you build 2 overlords and you have like 900 minerals already on 29 workers. Like, the cannon rush didn't do that much damage. But what did a lot of damage was you not droning. If you get attacked by a cannon rush, build the roaches, turn them into ravagers to be safe, and then just drone. Drone, drone, drone. Somehow, magically, you're still even in workers. But you should be at least at 44 workers right now. Very least. Have 2 bases saturated and even should have taken the gas on them already, I think. But yeah. Should have way more workers. No. Also, if you cannot take the 3rd base here because he has cannons there, just take it here, because eventually you need to take a base anyways. Nice that you get that probe. He's going for Immortals. I don't actually know what kind of building he built there, but I don't think it's going to be that important. Can I check? Control L, Shift L, F1. Right here. Ah, there we go. It doesn't show me. Unless you built a pilot. No, I cancelled it, I think. Shame that you lost the hatch though. That's okay. Need to drone more. Drone. See, you are being behind in drones. You need to drone more. Drone, Jensen. Drone. Drones are important. Link speed, missile, roach speed, Bane nest. Okay, you're getting the missile upgrade. Can be good. Not gonna judge now. Put an overlord here, usually it's good. An overlord here, or here, somewhere. You have an overlord here. He double expands. Man, oh man. Cancels that one. Why does he cancel that? He could have just killed you there. You see, that's scared of your army. This is a weird game. Now you're starting to drone. See, but honestly, just drone more. Just drone. You can always, against 2 base all-ins, you can almost always saturate 3 hatches at least. Unless it's like a super low tech all-in. But I always saturate 3 hatches on the minerals and take like 2 or 3 gases against those. Unless it's like the super early all-in, as I said. Then he goes Colossi. You really need lurkers against these. I mean, you go Ravagerling Bane. In my opinion, kind of a bad army composition. But I know people make it work. The float, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I also talked about it, right? You have the macro edge, but I don't think either you're not building stuff or you don't hotkey the hatches. And just build more overlords. Like at 120 supply, just build 8 overlords and be good. Because you're going to build like 2 more hatches anyways. Once you've done drone up, you can, unless you get attacked really heavily, it's okay to kind of just build some overlords, at least on lower MMR. You didn't waste the banelings there, that's something. You have vision on all the spots here, that's really good. Now you're building 6 overlords. Like you are floating 4k minerals. 4k. That's good. This is a good trade, right? You kill a lot of his probes. Colossi, I guess, is going to kill the... this is a really good attack, but I think you're going to get... Oh wait, you're actually being countered. I mean, I don't know. Things are not that good against stuff like that. Jensen. What were you... I'm a bit confused. You're going for a base trade with Ravager while defending at home with Lynx. I think you could have almost fought his army straight up. It kind of depends on how good his force fields are. Imagine you just build a Spire and would pump out 15 Mutas right now. If you just pump 15 Mutas now, what would he do, right? And then you lose the Ravagers to charge slots. Because Ravagers are not... Ravagers are not the insanest units stat-wise. Bile kind of helps a bit. Really weird game. But I think the problem is the macro. We got some macro problems. Build more drones. Build more drones. Spend your money. I don't know, I mean like the unit composition, the units that you build is kind of okay. You should go for the +2 melee really quick. The missile upgrade doesn't do that much. Roaches are a trash unit against Protoss. Like every unit that he has kills roaches. Okay, now you're up. You almost used up all your minerals and you just have random drones at every corner of the map. Are you going to win this? No way, right? No way. No way. Saya. Well, I think we saw the issue, right? You should drone a lot faster. Like it's a problem that almost every player has, but it would really help you a lot if you just drone faster, and then you get supply blocked a lot. So just build more overlords and just be done with it. Just hammer out those 8 overlords. You see players like Stefano do that too. If they go for a big push, they always build like 8 overlords and then they build all their units so they don't have to worry about the overlords anymore. And the melee upgrade instead of the missile would help, because Ravagers don't do that much damage to begin with. At least not with their auto attack. Link Baneling does more damage with the composition. Lurkers against Colossi. And besides that, yeah. Cannon Rush was handled pretty fine, but you were too slow with the respawns. Just expand here and here, or here and here. And then take this one as your 4th base. That's what I would do. And yeah, you also had another question. Let me quickly read that. I struggle to get cost-efficient engagements, understanding that and using the information gained when scouting versus Protoss. Let's go have a quick look at the early game. So first of all, if they go Forge, usually it's not a very heavy pressure follow-up, unless they delay their expansion by a long time. But that's not really the usual thing, right? We can aside in the other replays, not in this one, but Protoss kind of falls back to a couple of common builds. One is I built an Adept, and then I built two more gateways, built 3 Adepts, turn them into warp gates, warp in 3 more Adepts, go for 7 Adepts. What you want to scout for is, first of all, the gateway count. If it's more than 3, it's usually a warp prism, and even if you don't see the robo, it's usually a warp prism. And against warp prisms, you kind of want to have a couple queens ready, is how I usually defend it if I go for a 3-edge open, and of course you would love to check for the DTs. Just send in the first Overlord straight into his main and scout, while sending 2 links to the natural to scout there, and then you kind of get the whole picture. I mean, if it's a Stargate, it's usually Stargate Oracle. If it's a single Stargate, if it's double Stargate, it can be Phoenix, and then a follow-up Adept push once he has his third taken at like 5 minutes. 5 minutes 40-ish when he attacks with the 2 Oracles and 7 or so Adepts. And then there is the 4 gateways is usually, in most scenarios, is Dark Templar or Archon Drop. 3 gateways is usually TC, Twilight Council Adepts, and if it's a Robo Sentry, might want to worry about Immortal Sentry push. If it's a normal Robo Adept into Stalker, it can be pretty much anything. A slightly delayed Archon Drop, for example. And your last question was, how good and bad are the Hydras in each of the matchup? CVC, they're pretty bad. Roach Ravage Infestor just beats any Hydra composition to begin with. Hydras can be good against Mutas, you don't really want to use Hydras otherwise though. Against Terran, Hydras are a pretty good support unit. Lingbane Hydra, the same against Protoss. You only really use Hydras as a support unit or sometimes in late game anti-air, for example against Vikings or Carriers or Void Rays. But Hydras are more of a support unit where you want to build like 8 to 20 and not go like pure Hydra and then almost nothing else. It's mostly a lot of Lingbane and then a couple Hydras sprinkled in. So, hope that answers it. Thank you for watching.